be clear, I've never been fired on a day off. Yet. But it doesn't make me any less nervous when I get this phone call. I'm sitting in my pick-em-up truck. It's a 1993 black Toyota. I'm getting ready to go to the landfill, and I am curious, why is my friend from work who's at work calling me now? I pick up the phone, he says, man, I just wanted to call to say congratulations on your transfer to the new station. I didn't even know you wanted to move. Me neither. See, he asked me about the station because I'm in the fire department, and I've been in the fire department about 5 years at this point. Now, I'm not expecting a phone call from my friend to tell me I'm about to move, but I'm not surprised. There was a time, sometime before that phone call, when I was having a conversation with my boss's 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 boss. Believe you guys would call them like the fire chief. He has an open door policy, I have an open mouth policy. They are not the same policy. So when my boss, my boss's boss, and my boss's boss expressed that they're not happy with me, I knew that maybe I don't fit at this station anymore. Not a problem. But now I do have the question, do I really feel like I fit in the fire department anymore? See, in the fire service, there's two types of people. There's a type A person, there's that raw, they're gonna go get it, they're just right in there, they're gonna say, those are the people that you see on TV and in the TV shows, yes. And then there's a type B person. They're more laid back and they're reserved. They're still outstanding firefighters because they're outstanding outside the incident. They're managing is what they're doing. They're managing, they're supervising. We have to keep all that stuff straight. And it turns out, when I think about it, I don't fit as either one of them. I don't know if that makes me be positive or be negative or just befuddled. And this is important because in the fire service, you have to fit in and be useful. And I'm not sure that that's me, or at least it's not here at this station. Perhaps this is what I will find out at the next station. Now, the next station is not really new. It is old, it is beat up, and it is packed with too many people and apparatus and runs a bunch of calls. And as soon as I get there, I know I don't fit here either. Well, I know that because I look at the different types of apparatus, the fire vehicles that they have there, and they have some cool ones, but not the ones I like, right? So there's a fire engine, there's a fire truck, and then there's a paramedic unit. All right, and so the fire engine is pretty awesome, right? It's the thing with the fire hose and the water, and it drives around and hooks up to the hydrant. You guys know that. It's not used to fill your swimming pool. You may not know that. Then the other thing is the fire truck. Now the fire truck has no water on it at all. All it has is ladders, bunches of ladders, short ladders, tall ladders, has a really big ladder on top. That way you can raise it, and that's important because sometimes those cats, they get really higher than we expected. And then there's the paramedic unit. Now these are people who are trained with the special medical training. They get there and they help people feel better with whatever medical thing. She's laughing because she already knows where I'm going with this. When they're not around, we call it the paramagic unit. All right? We call it that because they get there on the scene, they do magical stuff, and they make people feel better, and get this, there's always a pair of them. So I look at all these apparatus and I realize these don't fit. What I really want to ride is what I was riding before, which is the hazmat unit, because I'm a hazmat tech. So this is what this means. So think back to high school. You're in chemistry class, and the teacher says, whatever you do, do not mix chemical X and chemical Y. Some of you nodding your head, you were this kid, weren't you? And to be clear, that kid, not a firefighter. But the people who showed up, they were firefighter and hazmat techs, and they helped clean up all that mess. That's what I love to do, and that is not there. So now I got questions, am I going to fit at this station? And one thing after another leads me to think that I'm not going to fit here either. It all comes to a head one day at lunch. Now, we like to eat in the fire department. Matter of fact, let me take a moment to thank you for your service every Christmas and Thanksgiving for all the things you drop off. You are the real hero in this story. But eating lunch together is a big thing, or just eating meals as a whole. And there's 3 things every meal in the fire service has to have. 3 must-have things. It has to be cheap, has to be a lot of it, and it has to have tater tots. I don't make the rules, but I do try to follow them when I can. So this lunch is going along just as normal as things are going. I walk in there because making lunch is a group project, so we're all there together. And one of the guys turns to me and says, "Hey man, do you like ghetto cornbread?" So I smile, because that's how I hold back words in my mouth. That's what I smile. Because the words rattling around in there, oh wow, I got to like ghetto cornbread, okay? Just because I'm from the hood in Philly, I got to like ghetto cornbread. Then I got a little concerned, like, I am from the hood, how come I've never heard of ghetto cornbread? And it's weird to me, right? Because I've heard of ghetto Kool-Aid, right? Which is amazing why I don't have diabetes and I have all my teeth. I've heard of ghetto cheese, AKA government cheese, which is not really cheese. It's just a brick painted yellow with Cheetos dusted all over it. But I've never heard of this ghetto. It turns out it's not a real thing. What it is they just took cornbread mix and yellow cake mix, mixed it together. It is phenomenal. It is great. Turns out it's just a branding issue. But this failure to communicate gets me thinking, this isn't going to work out here. So this time, I decide I am going to take matters into my own hand. I am going to request a transfer. Now, how it works is that there's a list of places you put it in for it, and then you see, at least, okay, by policy, the way this works is you put in for it and you see what happens. What really happens is the NFL draft. People have put in for places, there's some deals cut, and at the end of it, I am nowhere to be found. I feel like if you ever played musical chairs and the music stopped and you can't find a seat, there I am. I wound up being put on this crew called the floating crew. And so what we do is it winds up being 3 other people, so 4 of us, and we go around station to station to station, filling in for other crews when they go out to training or whatever. And I'm thinking, well, maybe that may not be so bad, but then this guy, a little ray of sunshine, says, you know what else floats? Turds. Oh, it's going to be that kind of assignment, is it? But I decided, you know what? I'm here. I'm going to make the best of it. So one of the things that we do in the fire service, every firehouse you ever go to, there is a mascot. There is a cartoon figure or whatever. They throw the helmet on it. Probably copyright infringement, but whatever. It's what we do. And so I decided we need a mascot. You guys remember the roaming gnome from Travelocity? I feel like if I'm going to every place, then the gnome is going to come with me. I take this gnome probably under one hand here, my bag is here, and I walk around to everywhere. I am there. I take pictures with it next to the doors of the places that I'm going. I am proud of this thing. What memories. And then it dawned on me as I'm looking at these memories now a full 21 years later in the fire service, and I realized all the really cool things that happened there. The fact that I wound up driving every fire engine in my department, including all the reserve ones. The fact that I got to meet all these different people and go to these different calls and experience all these different things. And the fact that I'm still here. And all that means to me is it turns out you don't have to fit in to be useful. Thank you.